Shalom Temple Israel. First, I want to thank each of you for the beautiful installation of last Shabbat. Heidi and Clara Rose and Julia and my parents and I all thoroughly enjoyed the weekend, and we feel so blessed and so appreciative to be part of the Temple Israel community. I want to thank everybody in the congregation who supported the event financially, who arranged the logistics of the event, and everyone who came there on Friday night and on Shabbat morning and Shabbat afternoon. It was wonderful to see so many of you in person in our beautiful sanctuary. And it was also extra special for me to be able to have friends of mine who are colleagues come in and participate. As rabbis and cantors, we don't often get to see our friends because we all work over the weekend. We all work on Shabbat. So I'm also grateful to my friends who took off time from their jobs to be here with us in Charlotte. Last Shabbat at that installation, we read the Torah portion of Breshit, the very beginning of the Torah. So this week we read the second portion, the Torah portion, the Parsha of Noach. 10 generations after the creation of the world, God decides to wipe out all of humanity and start again with Noah and his descendants. So God tells Noah to build a great ark and to take a pair of every animal onto the ark and to board the ark as the rain starts to pour. Noah and his family and the animals stay on the ark as the flood wipes out everybody else in the world. And then Noah re-enters the world and is tasked by God to rebuild it, to resettle the world. As a sign of comfort, as a way of strengthening Noah, God gives him a covenant. God promises never again to destroy the world with a flood and sends the rainbow as a sign of the covenant. And this is why each time we say or we see a rainbow after a rainstorm, we recite a special bracha, a special blessing that ends Zocher HaBrit. Blessed are you, God, who remembers the covenant with Noah. One of the things that I like about the Noah story is the way God is a character like the other people in the story. And God changes over the course of the Noah story. At the beginning, God looks down at humanity and sees that we are irredeemably wicked. So God decides to wipe out all people. At the end of the flood, God looks down at Noah and Noah's family and sees that people haven't changed. We still have what Judaism calls a Yetzer Hara, an inclination to do things wrong. And Jewish tradition teaches that each one of us has a different Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, and a Yetzer Hatov, a good inclination, the urge to do the right thing as well. And God sees this and understands that we are imperfect, and this is why God offers Noah the covenant and promises never to destroy people again. God gives us a chance to make our own mistakes and to grow from them. But God also grows because God is in a relationship with humanity, and God, through the story, comes to understand the people that God has created a little bit more. God changes, God grows, God's relationship with people grow. In the early parts of Breshit, talk about the relationship between God and people and challenge us to imitate God because we are made in the image of God. And different commentators understand this to mean different things. But I think it means that just like God grows, just like God is willing to admit when God has made a mistake or when God would do something different the next time around, so too we should know that we have the ability to grow. We have the ability to admit we are wrong. We have the ability to learn new things and to change ourselves based on those. So as we begin the stories of the Torah, we read about a God who learns about humanity and a humanity that learns about God. I look forward to seeing you on Shabbat and studying this story together and also celebrating the bar mitzvah of Jake Bernhard. Wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom.